member from Nipissing.
Thank you, and good morning, Speaker. My question is for the Premier. Yesterday, we provided details of the LCBO document that states, and I quote, "The LCBO's main intention is to sell properties." The government's response was nothing short of a Keystone Cops episode. Wow. The Premier said, quote, "We're only selling as needed." The Finance Minister told the media, "We're selling but leasing back." The Infrastructure Minister said, "We're not selling, full stop." But all three contradict what's in the exact document. Let's face it, Speaker, they got caught
Minister
again.
of Economic Development.
Speaker, this government is in complete disarray. Why should Ontarians trust them to do anything when they can't get their stories straight? My question, Speaker, is this. Which one wants to do the backpedaling today?
Thank you. Premier.
Minister of Finance.
Minister of Finance.
Mr. Speaker, Inspector Clouseau lives in the Legislative Assembly of Ontario. I'll read a response from the LCBO. I think I've clarified it completely. And I quote, "The LCBO confirms earlier statements today by the Minister, Charles Sousa," that would be me, Mr. Speaker, "that it has no plans to reduce the size of its 654 store network through the sale of LCBO-owned locations. In fact," it says, "LCBO is investing in expanding both the size and scope of its retail network to further improve customer service," Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Back to the Premier. Let me read more from the document that contradicts all the public statements that they made yesterday. These are direct quotes from the document, Speaker. The realtor would, quote, "determine the
Come to order. The member's not helpful at all when I'm trying to defend your own member. Please finish.
Direct quote, Speaker, "determine the highest and best use of the properties, perform credit checks on potential tenants, and coordinate all related activity with the tenant, including move-in." Speaker, they can say all they want about their plans now, and we've heard a few versions, as you've seen, but this document proves what they were planning to do, Speaker. Will the Premier admit today that her government got caught again trying to sell LCBO stores to bring one-time cash to make the deficit look smaller in advance of the next election?
Thank you. Minister of Finance.
Oh, Mr. Speaker, I'm shocked at the member opposite, who prides himself on being a businessman, who takes pride in being a critic of finance, doesn't have a concept or a clue about the way business operates. And that's what this is all about. They're putting an RP out for brokerage services so that we can provide greater efficiencies in the service delivery of all of the real estate transactions, leases, rentals, buy and sell agreements. That is part of normal operations of the LCBO's 654 store network. Yeah, that will continue. An RP is put out there for public use. It's nothing